Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading, so I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes to help you understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. Very important when we're dealing with people that wear masks and create for you know illusions and personas. We feel one way and then they're doing something else, and then they're saying one thing and doing something else, so it's very triggering. So when we're able to see things from a different perception, we're able to deal with the situation differently because we're not being triggered by what that person's doing. And we're more importantly able to heal ourselves because there's a reason why we're being triggered, right? Well, again, within the trigger, we find where we need healing. All right, want to enter into winning and want to enter into winning a free reading with me? You're gonna like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. All right. Let's see what the word is. The word is guilt. I want to go a little bit deeper. And we're going to pull another card, and that's narrow-minded. Yeah, I feel like this person is guilty, but I feel like they're guilty not because of how they treated you, but almost because they see you differently, because they I feel like this person never thought that you were going to like understand what they were doing or really see what they were doing. Like this person gaslighted, they acted like you were very naive when they first met you. So yeah, they felt like there was a connection. But this person is narrow-minded. It's like, and they're narrow-minded because they live in a very low vibration, tend to be here for a good time, not a long time. I feel like has many different flames, but nobody of any substance. So they thought you were like everyone else. They're narrow-minded because that's the experience that they lived and that they live. But I feel like you showed them a different version of yourself. So the guilt is not because, oh, I feel so sorry about what I did to you. And it's because well, I could have seen like you would have been good in my life. I like what your life looks like. I like that you have friends. I like, what your life looks like and how that would actually benefit me. And I don't really know how I can come back. So I'm guilty over like really what I did, but I don't really care about what I did. I only care because I see that I can't really take advantage. I really can't. And it doesn't mean that this person doesn't have feelings, but I feel like they identify like you would have like every that if they were with you, they'd be able to utilize everything that was yours. They would be able to take advantage of anything that's yours, that people are going to associate them with you, and you are someone of a high character, high morals. So it's how everything looks, like you would make them look better. So this is why they feel guilty, and they're narrow-minded because they're in a low vibration. So well, that's the underlining energy, is that this energy doesn't really know how to come back into your life, because the way that they would have came back into your life is a little suave. Hey, how you doing? Like just pop up on you. Hey, friend, like nothing happened. And the thing is, it's like what they're seeing is you're not budging, that you want them held accountable for how they treated you. And the thing is, normally they wouldn't care, but they care because you're in a better I feel like just in a better space, like with people. Like you have a life, you have a social life, you have friends, you have hobbies, you have interests, you have a life. People admire you, people like you. You're very strong on your own. It's like this person sees you now as like a good catch, where I don't think that they saw you as a good catch. But that could be because they were in a different place, you know? So let's see what else. It's like this person's angry. And of course, they're angry because they have no way to control you. And what's happening too is like by you not saying anything, by you not coming back, by you not making it easy for this person, it's like you're holding them accountable. And there's a sense of how dare you? Because it's not like this person wanted to do healing. They don't want to do healing. People normally don't make them you know, make them be accountable, make them forgive, make them acknowledge, and not just acknowledge, but if you're going to be in my life, treat me differently, treat me with respect. This person almost wants to pretend, come back into your life and pretend that, well, that didn't happen, and the thing is, they know that they can't. So they have anxiety. And they don't like the fact that they have anxiety. First of all, they don't like the fact that they have such a strong connection to you. That's number one. It's like so much emotion. How did you get so much power over them? It's like normally they don't, fall for people. This person's jealous because they're not just jealous of your life, which is what I feel, because there's a sense that this person's empty, that they don't have that. So maybe they just got out of a divorce, or maybe they just ended a connection, or they're in the middle of a transit, like in between like lives, which sometimes happens when, if you were together with somebody for a long time and that ended, whether there was a death or whether or not there was a breakup, that this person's life, I feel like they don't have like a strong identity. And the whole thing, which is why they like to run around and talk to a lot of people and get attention from a lot of people. So again, they weren't looking for anything. And now, like, you're showing them a different version of yourself, and this person's embarrassed. See, where they wouldn't have cared if your life was if they thought that, oh, you just are scraping by, I don't care how I treat you, it's like, who are you? You don't have anything going on. You're not influential in the town. Like, I don't really care. I can treat you however I want, come in and out of your life, treat you like garbage. Where now they're seeing you differently, where they're saying, I wouldn't be able to do that. That's not who you are at all. I don't know what possessed me, and now this person again sees I really did have a connection to you. Yeah, they didn't think that they had to do anything. They had a connection, but so what? They undervalued the connection. This person again is making them feel it's making them feel the lack. Now, the lack inside of them is not just because they don't really know who they are, but there's always a manifestation that comes from that, which is the lack of money, which I felt like this person was in transit of something. So either maybe they left a job, maybe again, they started a whole new life. There's a sense that whatever happened in this person's life, that it was like a clean sweep. Like the job was changed, the home, the place that they lived changed, everything changed. So there's a sense of them starting from the ground up, not like again, starting a new life, but not knowing who they are and also being codependent. We know this because they needed to run around to get a lot of attention from a lot of people. They weren't taking any time to get to know any person. They clumped you together with everybody else. There was no difference, even though that there was a connection there. But this person was banking that the connection was going to keep you stuck. And that's not what happened. And self-image, like I said, a clean sweep their life. So they're like, who am I? And the self-image of who they like to perceive that they are is, again, not what's mirroring out into the world, which tells me that that clean sweep wasn't their choice. So if they were married, the person divorced them. If they had a job, they were fired. If they were living with a bunch of people, they were told to get their own place. Whatever the situation was, it was a tower moment for them that was unexpected, that made them look at themselves fragmented, which is really what they are to begin with. The illusion, which is whatever this person's life was in the past, which fell apart. We know that it was an illusion because it fell apart. It wasn't built on truth. It was that this person was more or less living a facade. And that facade is in their old habits. That's what keeps this person like, bound. Two others fell out, and we see again prejudice and judgment. So almost as if this person, again, I just feel like they were, there was something about you. So it may be, again, I feel like for some, this person's very religious and you're spiritual. Some you might, again, have like a different ethical backgrounds, different whatever. And it's not that they were prejudiced in a place of, oh, like, I would never be with a Black person. It's more or less my family and the people that I come from, they're narrow-minded. So I've only lived a certain way. And so I'm going to bring someone around that's so different and so unique. You could, again, be somebody that is a public figure, and that's, again, that you're not in the norm. You don't dim your light. So you draw attention to this. So almost like too much. So I'm going to keep you out, and again, like they were the ones that had judgment on you, because again, of their perceptions from their environment, where they came from, what they were taught. So you could just be someone that has a big personality, someone that speaks your truth, someone that, is like I said, you're liked. This person sees that you're someone that's influential, that you're someone that's of importance. So they would, again, now like it if you were in their life, because it would make them look better. But when they met you, again, they had judgment, that they perceived you the wrong way, or not even the wrong way, just like, I can't see you being in my life and fitting into my world. So again, but now this person's self-image is gone. It's like, what world? You don't have a world. Your world was those people and that job and that life, which none of it exists anymore. But the one thing that was the connection, and that connection is still there, whether or not you love this person or not. You may be like still connected to them because, hey, the spiritual lesson isn't 100% finished. Like at one time, I feel like this was a very strong bond that it was supposed to work out. But again, because of this person's games, like you're seeing them for who they are, which is not the rose-colored glasses, through the rose-colored glasses. You're seeing this person's lack, like they don't have enough. But it's like not even like the money, it's identity. Like money has no energy. It's the energy that you give it. It's how much love you're putting into something, that the universe always conspires to bring you the abundance any which way it wants to give it. You may say, well, doing my job and maybe I'm not making as much money, but I'm in alignment, but the universe still gifts you money, still gifts you from different sources. When you're in alignment, the universe always conspires to bring you what you need. So again, this person's in a place of lack because where's their identity? Your identity was based on a false persona that fell apart because you weren't happy there. So it's like you were fragmented. Sometimes you were living maybe as if you were married. Other times maybe you were acting like you were just the doting son or the doting whatever, but it was fragmented. This person wasn't integrating anything. And now they're in a place where they have burdens. And they have burdens because, there's consequences to being in a connection with someone and never really giving to the connection, being there but not being there sometimes. And again, like that's this person. They wanted to always keep one foot in and one foot out in every single situation, including with you, and that their commitment issues. But the weird thing is they have one foot in, one foot out because they're afraid of burdens and attachments. And what do they have now? They have burdens and attachments. And that's because, like I said, the focus was on that, almost as perceiving you as if you were going to do that to this person, and you're nothing like that. It's again, and this person wanted to stay lazy. So again, all they see are the burdens. But sometimes, again, the universe gives us burdens to show us how strong that we are, that if we can work through those, that we can create our life. This person wants someone to rescue them. They're in a place of they think that if anything, that now you're prejudiced of how you're viewing them. And it's you are, because they're lazy, and they created all the burdens in their life by not being honest to anybody. And that's the thing. This person can't just come sneak up on you after doing all this, like saying, like, in not giving to anybody. They knew what they were doing. I feel like there was a sense that they didn't really care what they were doing. They care now. They care now, but the problem is, it's like this person likes to be the one that's the authority. They're the ones that want to be in control, but they're not balanced. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, and you wouldn't be able to be in a connection with them because they're really on a low vibration, inadequacy. And they knew that if they came into your life and really, like, came in not changing anything in their life, you would just reject them because they create a lot of trust issues. I feel like they, did betray you, and they didn't, like, come in and ask for forgiveness. And that what they did is they just treated you almost again, like, for the physical, for your body. They wanted you to conform, and really, it was just an empty connection, is like what you felt. You're like, well, in this, it's like you're not bringing anything to me. And I would never just agree to be in a relationship where you just only want my body, and that's the thing. This person created a lot of illusions. And I just feel like they were lazy. There was no real reason why they couldn't give you what they wanted. They just didn't want to have to do it. And this is why it's like, I'm lazy. I don't want to give you the time and energy. So it keeps you, again, empty. I wanted you to conform. And again, just focus on the physical connection, and that they would have the authority over you because they feel inadequate. But this isn't just what they did to you. I feel like they did that to a lot of people. And so again, they wound up getting burdens from that, from living that way. This person is afraid of rejection, but really what they created was that because they betrayed you and they never came back and asked for forgiveness. And so now they don't come back to you either because, again, there's not enough in their self-image. They don't, so they're still somebody that's really in their ego right now. It's almost like, yeah, I see like who you are now. I want to pull from a completely different deck to get a different perspective altogether. Like, what does this person, what would they want to do? What could they do? Because right now, what we see is they're like, I'm not going to come to you because, I'm in a place of lack because I have a lot of burdens from the life that I lived. And unless I have something to offer you, I know that you're only going to like, reject me and you don't trust me. I would have to come in and win you over. They don't have anything to win you over. But they could have been in your life before they did all this. And that is why I feel like this person's in a place of guilt. I feel like they're in a place of guilt because of that they're in a place of anxiety because of that, because I can't fix it. I can't fix it. And so when they don't know how to fix it, what do? They avoid, and they're in their old habits. So what we see is a lot of behaviorisms here and a lot of triggers here and their reaction to their trigger. But they pulled away because they are overwhelmed with all the things that are going on in their life. I told you there was a clean sweep in their life. Whatever happened, they didn't have control over what was going on in their life. And they again created a self-image based on whatever the persona that they and the illusion that they were creating, which probably was that they had a very stable life, but really what they see is that they don't have any stability at all. I feel like I'm not good enough for you. So this is from, again, the higher perspective. It's like the person without their ego. What do you really feel? What's the problem? Why did you do all this? Why all the habits and behaviors? Why the triggers for those habits and behaviorisms? And then the real reason is because this person doesn't feel good. It's like this person, I feel like it's like they only knew how to be in a one-sided relationship. And the truth of the matter is they feel like they ruined everything. You know, that's really like what they feel. It's like, so they're like, I don't really know how to like come back from this. I had the opportunity to be with you, but instead I ran around with a bunch of other people and I didn't treat you well. And instead of coming back and apologizing, I, didn't, but now I have responsibilities from that. So they might have gotten someone pregnant. They might have, you know what I mean? Whatever they did, they have like a burden on top of losing everything, like a clean sweep in their life, like everything's new, like a divorce. It was like an ending. And then instead of this person being with you, they ran around with a lot of other people and got someone pregnant or had some or other sort of burden where they're like, really in a place of lack. They don't know what to do and they're lazy. They don't really want to put the effort in. So whoever winds up with this person, if they did get someone pregnant, like they're the person who like is going to live a very miserable life because this person doesn't put the effort in. They don't feel that they're good enough for you, but they don't do anything to fix that. That's a sign. Instead of this person stepping it up to be the best version of themselves, they're lazy. They're like, no, I'd rather not. And which is what happened. I'd rather just run around to a lot of different people. That's why, again, they're guilt and it's because they were narrow-minded. And which always, by the way, brings you to a place of shame. That's why this person likes to create lies of like illusions where, they live a lie. It's like because they don't know who they are now. Who are they? Nobody. It's like whatever the persona that they created. That's again who they are is their grief. They're in a place of grief. And they don't really feel that they can build up as much as whatever that they had. Maybe it was a good job. I feel like this person had a really good job and they sabotaged their job. And it was from doing something bad. So it could be anything from not paying taxes to like, just everybody else in the company wanting to buy this person out. Like, it's again, their entire life, their self-image is completely shattered. And this person's embarrassed to like come back into life because, hey, they didn't treat you nice. They're afraid of rejection. They know you're too good for them. So you have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? I'm looking for my inner child cards. That's why my eyes are darting everywhere. Okay. Right in front of my face. Okay, we have to see why you attracted this person into your life. You're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So let's see. Hope, card number one. Source, two. Innocence, three. None of these are really bad cards yet. Optimism, four. This is so funny. Guidance, five. And sing six, that like you didn't really get any bad cards in considering that this person was a horrible person. And Spirit says no. Yeah, you actually like it brought out your gifts, your softer side, believe it or not. We're gonna pull three from this. I'm gonna and then read it. Uncharted waters, boundless energy, and stepping stones. So, in spite that this person, did what they did to you, I feel like you've always had a very strong connection to source. This is an inner child. Um, this is an inner child gift that you might have never seen as a gift, but it means you're very intuitive, you're very psychic, you're very, yeah, that claircognizance is there. You're very connected to source. So when you're connected to source, there is an innocence about you. This person did kind of take that from you. However, because they showed you a slimy aspect of a relationship, like how slimy a person can be. They showed you that, how selfish, where, I feel like when you're close to source, you're an empath and you tend to see things through the rose-colored glasses. So you saw this person as a good person. And I feel like when you were growing up, you always had that energy of this empath. So again, very innocent, but very close to source because empaths are source's children and they give love. That's what they do. And they give love unconditionally. And so you are optimistic in this connection, even though regardless of what this person gave, and you had hope, that they were going to like do the right thing. You believed in them. You believed in them. And I feel like you did use your voice where the old you might have again been very timid and not said, let me not, you know, guide this connection. I feel like you did lay down boundaries. You did tell this person what you wanted. You did. And so the problem was not you. The problem was them and your guidance, which is the higher self, which is that God part of self, which is a source part of self, told you that this person is not like they're not on your vibration and not to trust this person, which is why you never gave anything to this person. Even in the very, very beginning, when you were innocent, you looked at this person like, again, that they were your person. You looked at them through the rose-colored glasses. There was an innocence about the connection. You looked at them as if they were the divine connection. No one ever looked at them like that before. It's like, never mind a person like you. So in that, and so this person really felt that love that they never felt before from anybody. But it's like you had to again listen to yourself. And what it was that spirit said, listen, this was just a stepping stone within your evolution, this person. to teach you about your self-worth, to teach you to find your voice. Understand each small step brings you closer to overcoming your fears, overcoming like your misperceptions and the fear of not being loved, where really Spirit says you're always loved. The guidance that you received to avoid this connection was love. And it's a stepping stone to help you clear the illusions of yourself. And it's about getting boundless energy, because that's what happens when you clear your spiritual blockages. You get more energy. You're an energy body. The energy that we hold when we have a spiritual block is psychological and emotional. It's held in the body as stress. It's what becomes your energy vibration. And when you have a lot of spiritual blocks, you're tired, you're lethargic. And so again, what happens when you heal, you get more energy. Why? Because the environment and the air that we breathe is known as spirit. It's known as God, the universe. Well, that's the energy that works through us. The chi, spirit, God, the universe, it all works through us. We are one with the universe. So Spirit's saying it's the illusion of separation. And so it was to become strong within yourself, because it says, again, it was powered by the divine. Now, what did we see here? Source. That Spirit saying no one can stop you. Only you stop you. Again, but you have discernment. You saw. Now this person again is of course angry. They don't know how to come back. They back themselves into a corner. They look ridiculous. They know that you're not going to take them back. And you're not supposed to, Spirit says. Again, you're supposed to go into the uncharted waters to invoke your curiosity about finding different aspects, not just within your life, but within yourself. Like you don't 100% know who you are. That it's, again, especially if you're attracting this person, of definitely not knowing what you're worth. But because you have good discernment, you're able to like avoid this person. Like you didn't fight for their love. You're on a higher vibration. That this person, like I said, feels like a fool because they see who you are now. But Spirit says that is what that taught that person. What it taught you is, again, not just your worth, but it's, again, the gifts that you did acquire from childhood, and that you have a very, again, close connection to the divine. And that when you have a close connection to the divine and you're an empath, well, it means that you're supposed to be of service. And Spirit says and you might not know how that is. And Spirit says, well, then evoke your curiosity and discover new aspects of life. Venture into the world with confidence by trying things. Take initiatives. How would you know? Part of attracting new is by seeing yourself differently. If you see yourself the same because you stay the same, you'll always attract fragmented pieces, is what Spirit's saying. Spirit's saying is that you needed to go through this experience. It was a stepping stone to help you evolve into the higher states of consciousness. But it's not through getting love from this person, it's through getting love and becoming love. By getting love, by going out into the world and becoming love, doing love, giving and receiving of love. And that's what Spirit's saying. And then you're balanced. And then the person that comes into your life is seeing you from this perception. And they're also at that same vibration. So there's not how I could be in your life and benefit from your life, like with this person, which is like they're in grief because, oh, I didn't see you as that person. Well, you shouldn't have treat anyone the way that you were treating them. That's on you. God always protects those that, when you're around someone that does that. It's like, again, because they didn't have any intention at all of being with anyone, just getting their ego fed. We leave off with one more message, and that message is choice, where, yeah, you could be with this person, Spirit says, but understand it's choice. And Spirit says, choose serenity, peace. This person would not bring that to you. There would be no peace of mind. Choose serenity, light, and positive energy, no matter what you go through. Choose happiness. Rise above fear and direct your thoughts to God, which I believe is what you do. And that's why you were able to avoid any negative karma with this person, where Spirit says, as long as you stay in a place of serenity, well, then you're always going to be divinely guided. It's when we're stressed out and we're, so worried about what's happening that we're not in that place of, open to receiving any divine wisdom, where I feel like you learned that lesson already. It's like where you've always had that close connection. This person misjudged you. I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.